All right, let's get right into it. We're about to completely change how you write exam answers. I'm talking about going from good enough to actually getting every single mark you deserve. And here's the thing, it's not about studying harder, it's about writing way, way smarter. So let's kick things off with a question that probably hits a little too close to home. Why is it that so many really good students still end up losing marks? You know the feeling, right? You study for hours, you feel like you know the material inside and out, but then you get your paper back and the marks just don't reflect the work you put in. It's so frustrating. Why does this keep happening? Yeah, I actually have a name for this. I call it the good students paradox. Just look at this slide for a second. Does this seem familiar? You put in 8, maybe even more, long hours studying. You walk into that exam feeling pretty good, and what you get back is a 65%. It's maddening, right? It makes you feel like all that hard work was for nothing, but I promise you, it wasn't. And here's the good news. Honestly, this is the most important part. The problem isn't your knowledge. It's not what you know. It's how you show what you know. Your brain is packed with all the right information, but the strategy, the way you get that info onto the exam paper, that's where the marks are slipping through the cracks. And the best part, that is something we can absolutely fix, starting right now. So how do we fix it? Well, we're going to use something I call the topper strategy. And look, this isn't just a random list of tips I threw together. This is a simple 5-rule framework that's designed to turn a perfectly good answer into a full mark answer. It's a complete system for thinking and writing just like a top scorer. Okay, let's get into it. Rule number 1, this is the absolute foundation, where it all begins. Before you even think about putting pen to paper, you have to understand what the question is really asking. You'd be amazed how many marks are lost right here because students answer the question they wanted to see, not the one that's actually there. You know, a single word in that question can change everything. Let's take the keyword analyze. If you see that word, it's not just asking you to describe something or list a few facts. No way. It's a specific instruction to break a topic down into its parts, look at how those parts connect, and explain the relationship between them. It's a completely different task. So words like explain, analyze, and justify, these aren't suggestions. They're direct commands from the examiner. They are literally telling you exactly how they want you to think and how they want you to present your knowledge. Learning to spot these words and do exactly what they say, that's your first big step toward a perfect score. All right, so you've cracked the code of the question. Fantastic. Now it's time to actually build your answer. Rules 2, 3, and 4 are all about the how-to. This is where we craft your response on the page to make it super clear, professional, and honestly, just incredibly easy for the examiner to give you full marks. So, rule number 2 is all about structure. And trust me, every fantastic answer follows this simple 3-part formula. You've got a short intro that gets right to the point, then the main body where you develop your key points with some solid evidence, and finally a quick conclusion to wrap it all up. It's logical, it's clean, and you know why examiners love it? Because it shows them you can organize your thoughts before you even start writing. And this slide just shows the power of this perfectly. Look at the before shot on the left. It's a massive wall of text. The right information might be buried in there somewhere, but who has the time to go digging for it? Now look at the after. It's the exact same content, but it's organized. It just looks smarter, it's a breeze to read, and it makes it ridiculously simple for the examiner to just tick, 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 and give you the marks. And that brings us right to rules 3 and 4, which are all about polishing your presentation. Rule 3, use the right subject-specific keywords, and, this is a great little trick, underline them. It's a simple move that shouts confidence to the examiner. It says, I know what I'm talking about. And rule 4 is what we just saw. Use neat headings, use bullet points, maybe even a simple diagram. Make your answer easy on the eyes for a tired examiner who's been grading for hours. Okay, and now for the final rule. And honestly, this might be the most strategic one of them all. This is a total game changer for managing your time and your energy during an exam. Just look at this table. Think of this as your secret cheat sheet for knowing exactly how much to write. A question worth only 2 marks does not need a giant essay. It just needs 2 clear, separate points. That's it. But a 5-mark question, yeah, that one needs the full intro body conclusion structure we talked about. Writing for the marks means you stop wasting time on small fry questions and you make sure you give enough detail for the big ones. So when you start putting all 5 of these rules together, something really cool happens. You don't just have a bunch of techniques anymore. You actually develop a whole new mindset. This is what I call the smart answer mindset. It's all about being strategic, being precise, and making every word you write count. And to help you get started right away, here are 3 golden tips you can literally start using today. First, use examiner-friendly language. Be clear, be direct. Second, and this is a big one, never write fluff just to fill up the page. Waffling is a classic mistake that markers can spot a mile away, and it actually loses you marks. And third, practice, practice, practice with old exam questions. It's the absolute best way to make this whole strategy feel like second nature.
So if there's one thing you take away from this, let it be this. It's time to bust the biggest myth in exams once and for all. Long answers do not get full marks. Smart answers do. The student who writes the most doesn't win. The one who wins is the one who writes the smartest, most targeted answer that hits all the key points the examiner is looking for. Period.
And really, what this all comes down to is a shift from being just a hard worker to being a smart worker. Look, you're already putting in the hours. We know that. Now, by using these rules, you become a smart worker. You take all that incredible knowledge you have and you use it strategically to finally get the results that you actually deserve. So I'll leave you with this question. After everything we've just talked about, what is the first smart change you're going to make to your answers? Think about it. Is it decoding the question? Is it the structure? Whatever it is, that's the first step. That's where your transformation to becoming a topper begins.